everyone, and welcome to today's live teach. We are going to head back into just doing Fearless Fridays, but I'm going to do two more videos, one more after this, because hang on, there we go. It just told me that I'd disappeared, but I'm not. I'm still going. Until we fall back into that rhythm of every Friday morning where I'll come live, where I'll schedule it so you'll know I'm coming live as opposed to these ad hocs just dropping in. The purpose of the drop-ins right now is just to rebuild the library of teachers, so you've got something to get your teeth into before we kickstart on the Fearless Friday again. So today I'm going to talk about morning pages, right? I'm going to cover those foundational stones because this is like the second really important foundation that if you can focus on and commit to, your life will change without a doubt. It will change. So I've spoken about them briefly in the welcome video. So this is the how, when, where, and why that I'm going to give you today. So it just makes a bit more sense and hopefully inspires you to pick up that pen and that notebook first thing in the morning and get writing. So morning pages, again, this comes from Julia Cameron and The Artist's Way. Again, if you have not read that book, I highly recommend it. And we use this, or I use this personally. I am writing my morning pages every morning. And it's something that I ask my private clients to do. And it's something that I really, really recommend that you do too. It's cheap, it's easy, and it packs a real punch. So what are they? So morning pages, it's journaling, but in a specific way, right? So our morning pages are something that as close to waking as possible. You get up, you put your pen to the paper, and you write as fast as you can. But basically what you're transcribing are the thoughts in your head. So there are rules to this morning pages malarkey. And what it is, you need to buy yourself an A4 size notepad. I buy the cheapest ones I can find because when I get to the end of it, I just throw mine away. So this is mine, right? Cheap, cheerful. I think, you know, like a couple of quid from Sainsbury's or whatever. Some people buy expensive journals, right? Some people want to keep this. Me, no, I don't. So buy yourself an A4 journal, and we start with you're transcribing the thoughts in your head. I'm sorry, my brain's not working this morning. I was really poorly yesterday, and I think I'm still trying to catch up. So you, what it is, whatever's going on in your head, that is what you're going to write in your morning pages. So if you wake up and you're thinking, oh, this is so ridiculous, I'm so tired, I'm hungry, I've got too much to do to be sitting here writing this, it doesn't matter. That is what you write down in those pages, right? Whatever is going on in your head. So sometimes you'll probably be thinking about the dream you had the night before. That's what you're writing. You're not going to write it for 3 pages, but that is exactly where you'll probably start. Right? And then it would just morph into whatever else is going on. And if there is nothing going on for some strange reason, there is nothing going on, that is what you write. There is nothing going on this morning. There is absolutely nothing going on in my head this morning. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep very well. Now, Julia Cameron does call them her moaning pages as opposed to her morning pages. And that's because what you'll find is the first page and a half will probably be exactly that. Moaning, whinging, ugh. But the second page and a half is when the magic starts to appear. So the whole premise of this is based on we are ruled by our thoughts, but 95% of our thoughts are unconscious. So if we're not aware of what we're thinking, then how can we deliberately create the life we want? Right? That's the whole premise, is bringing those unconscious thoughts out of your head and onto the page to bring an awareness to what's going on. Now do these every single day, and don't go back and read them for at least 6 weeks. If you can last that long, don't go back and read them for at least that long. Julia Cameron says 12, but I understand how crazy that is if you're trying to work out what's going on. And then what you'll do is collect some different coloured highlighter pens and go back and start highlighting the things that you're talking about, because what you will discover is there is a pattern. There are repetitions in what is taking up your headspace. And so go through and highlight each one and pick out those patterns. And then you have a choice. You will see what it is that you either want to action, what you want to take to a counsellor or bring into this group as a way to work through, or you make a decision, enough now, I let it go, right? But once those thoughts are out of your head and on the paper, that is where the magic and the power comes from. Am I making sense? So in summary, because I'm sure I've rambled on a bit too much, these things, you write 3 A4 pages every morning, as close to waking as possible. At the end, you close the book, you put the book away, you don't look at them again for at least 6 weeks, right? The whole purpose is to bring the unconscious thoughts out of your head, out of your unconscious, right, and make them conscious. Now you are starting to get an idea of what is taking up most of your brain space. It's highlighting where your fears are, where your limiting beliefs are, what needs to change. So, for example, if you go back and you're like, oh my God, I'm talking about these curtains again, I'm talking about these curtains, for the love of God, do something about the curtains. Either accept that they're there and you learn to live with them, or go and change them, right? Don't allow these unsolicited thoughts to take up your energy, take up that headspace. Yes? Yes? Got it? Any questions? Put it in the comments box. I think I've covered it. When, why, where, how. I think I've covered all of those steps today. Like I said, if I haven't, if I've missed something, if you don't understand anything, ask me in the comments. I will come back later today and have a look. In the meantime, do me a quick favor and head on over to Instagram and follow our group over there. The more of us who can do that, the more of us who start interacting with that, the more exposure we get. The more exposure we get, the more people we can help. Right? So it's really important for you to support me in that as best you can, if you have Instagram, and if you don't worry about it. We also have a channel on YouTube. Now, the reason why I've set that up is because I have recorded years worth of these lessons that have disappeared. We're not going to allow that to happen again. So now every single video I also upload to YouTube. Now, your comments clearly don't belong there. They won't go there. They are safe and secure here in this private group. But the videos are there. And again, the more people we reach, the greater the difference, the bigger the impact we have on the world. So your support there too would be greatly appreciated. Right, that's it for today. I will be popping back in either later this evening or maybe tomorrow morning to do our last foundation stone, which is gratitude, I believe. I'll speak to you then.